What's up, everybody? This is Space Mountaineer Forever again, here with my second update on pins. In the last video I mentioned that I showed you my mystery pin set and my hidden Mickeys. Now inside this booklet are going to be strictly my limited edition pins, and normally I won't bring this booklet into the parks just because they are limited editions. And some of these pins that I've gotten were basically a lot of time, effort spent to get these pins. So without further ado, let's dive into them, shall we? So this first page is my 60th anniversary pins. Some of these on the top here are open rack pins that were designated specifically for the 60th anniversary. The one that I like the most is the castle here with the diamonds all decked out on there, and I also like the one with the diamond of Mickey and Minnie in their diamond celebration costumes, which I thought was pretty cool. This next set is the diamond diamond pin set, which, if most of you guys do know about the diamonds, after the first one came out, it got so popular that people started camping out for these pins, and I was one of those that was willing to spend restless nights sleeping out in the cold waiting for these pins to come out. And basically, if you look at them, they each have their own little design of Walt either constructing something or taking a stroll in the park or building a ride. So here's a couple. Now the reason why this one's missing, and I probably won't ever get, is to show why Disney decided to release the first pin on a Sunday, which normally limited edition pins come out on Thursdays. So that is why I did not go to get my pin on Sunday, because it was a surprise to us. So, and I noticed a lot of people are still selling that first pin for quite a lot of money on eBay. So I mean, if I do get desperate, then maybe I'll buy it, but at this point I am going to stand to my first I guess thought of not getting that first pin. But you know, a set is a set, so maybe I will change my mind eventually. So yeah. Alright, this next set involves the ticket to tour Disneyland, and that was basically an annual pass holder set. So in order to get these pins, you had to present your annual pass, and it was during the promotional of, I guess, touring Disneyland during the summer months. So I got all 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what's really cool about these pins is there's a little slot that comes out, and it has the little ticket stub on there. And it's, for example, this one says Disneyland at Mit 1 Mark Twain Riverboat, and this one here has Disneyland Mark Sailing Ship Columbia. So very nice pins, kind of jumbo-y, really thick, very good to detail, so that's why I decided to pick those up. Next are the Buena Vista Street lapel pins, or lapel, I guess, and these feature the characters that dress up on Buena Vista Street. I'm missing Goofy and Daisy. Goofy is supposed to be Officer Blue, and Daisy is supposed to be the lady with the little dog that sits on the bench once in a while, I think. So hopefully I could still get these. Were annual pass holder pins as well, so depending if eBay has them, I'm pretty sure I'll find it there one day, but I will have to pay an inflated price for that Yuck. Also, this next set is a meetup at Flo's V8 Cafe annual pass holder set. So this set involves all the characters from Radiator Springs. Unfortunately, I am missing Ramon and I think I'm missing Sarge and Fillmore. So I need to see if I can still get them. But the set is pretty much complete. And so yeah. This next pin is the annual pass holder bi-monthly set when they had the Diamond Ds. I wasn't able to collect the whole entire set because there was a lot out there. But I did want to pick up this Matterhorn pin because I like the Yeti. I thought he was pretty cool. I like the art that they did with this pin. Thought that was pretty cool. And I like the Diamond D symbol, so I had to get one. This last pin is a open rack pin. It's not an annual pass holder pin, but I figured since it had the diamonds on there, I thought it was pretty cool to get. It looked pretty blingy, so that's why I keep that in there. I think they still have that pin to this day if you look at the racks. This next page is my WDI pins. I obviously am not a cast member, but I do have friends that work for Disneyland, and they have been able to get me these pins. These are some of the vehicles from the Radiator Springs Racers attraction at DCA. I hope to complete that whole set because I think they're limited edition of 200, which is a very limited set. I also have the Stitch on the, I believe it's the Lilybell locomotive, which is pretty cool because I love trains. And I have the Matterhorn 50th anniversary, which I did attend on the day of the 50th anniversary. So I asked my cast member friend if he could get that for me, and gracefully he did. So, and if you guys really look closely into detail, it still has the old Matterhorn vehicle design on there. So, you know, some of us fans still miss those old vehicles, and I think Disney's doing a good job in trying to, I guess, make the ride comfortable for everybody to enjoy. This next set is my Disneyland Diamond Decade pins, and what's really cool about these is if you look, for example, on this pin, this is the Star Wars pin that came out, and what signifies these pins, it has a little Diamond D on there with the 60th, and at first these were all limited edition of 2000, but it wasn't really a sought after set. Like, they didn't really sell out as much, so they had pretty good supply in the stores. So I just picked up whichever ones I could whenever I went to Disneyland during the 60th anniversary. No particular favorites. I like them all. I think they're all pretty cool. I especially like the this one here, which paid homage to the, is it 30,000 Leagues Under the Sea attraction with the sea serpent, but they didn't add any mermaids in there. So on the back side of this one though, it has the Finding Nemo submarines. So some of them were like then and now pins, like to show what it was before the switch. So yeah. Alright, this next page features some of the pins that were sold during the reopening of DCA back in 2012. And they had a pass holder day for pass holders to go and purchase these pins before the general public. So this is the sets or the pins that I got. I was kind of feeling regretful that I traded my Mater's Junkyard Jamboree pin, which is basically shows the same thing as this Racers pin. It says Grand Opening 2012, and it had Mater's Junkyard Jamboree on there, and I traded it for an Open Edition pin, which now I'm regretting because Open Edition versus Limited Edition, you know, doesn't really apply unless, like some other people, like Sarah Snitch says that I guess there's value over rarity. So I guess in that time period I felt value over rarity, but now I'm kind of feeling like I want that pin back in that set so it can be completed, because there was a total of 3 of them here. There were also a couple other Cars Land pins in there that didn't really appeal to me, but these were the ones that kind of caught my eye. Especially there's one pin in here that does say the actual date of the grand opening, which if you guys can see there, I was there June 15th, 2012. So the thing about the year pins, in my opinion, when it comes to value, if you truly were there on that date, then it does have some sentimental value. But let's say if you get a pin back in 1976 and you weren't there, but you know it had some kind of sentimental value to you, then it may be different. So depending on the trader or the collector, that's why pin trading is so unique. You know, some people decide to collect pins way back in like the 50s because they have roots or origins back there, or they have a certain character that's on there that's really cool and they got it through trading. So yeah, no judgment here. Alright, this next pin set is the Diamond, I guess it was another Diamond Decade set, which considered a total of 8 pins, and each pin had a certain year on there. So they each show all the attractions, or most of the attractions that came to Disneyland during those years. And I missed the first 2 because at first I wasn't sure about this set that I wanted to collect, but eventually I caught on and got the rest. So hopefully I'm able to get the last 2 maybe on eBay. This next set is the Star Wars Force Unleashed series. I love the Force Unleashed, so I just had to get some of the characters that were in there. Obviously this one is Han Solo, which was pretty cool. It has him on there. There's another one. This one's Carrie Fisher. This one is the guy from Kanja Club, and this one is the guy from the Command Central booth. I forgot his name. Admiral Akbar. There we go. So those are pretty cool. And then we got this Millennium Falcon pin, which bends down and it says Chewie, we're home, which is a segment in the movie when Han Solo and Chewie get back on the Millennium Falcon and claim it for their own. Now this next set, I got a little Genie goodbye farewell pin from Aladdin, the Musical Spectacular, which I loved. 13-year run, which is a pretty long showtime run for DCA. Most shows don't last that long, but due to popular demand, it did stay for that long. This next set is the Star Wars Silhouette set, which is a 15-pin set. So far I've gotten all 6, and those come out every month. This next page is my holiday pin set, so also slash New Year's pin set slash Halloween. So these are basically all the holidays. You can see some New Year's Eve party pins, which are exclusive to the New Year's Eve parties that they host. I've gone to 3 so far. I am planning to go this year, so can't wait to pick up that pin. Got some Halloween pins, some Mickey's Halloween Party pins, and some of the new holiday pins that are coming out this year for holidays. So can't wait to get some more of those. These next couple pages are like my miscellaneous limited editions. We've got some piece of Disney history pins. We got a Timeless Tale, which is I believe Sleeping Beauty, which is really nice. I like the artwork for this pin. I thought that was pretty neat, so I had to pick that up. What really jumped out to me was this pin and this pin here. This first one is the Matterhorn, and I traded it with a guest, and they told me that it was made back in 1996. So that would be considered as my oldest pin. It's a slider when it's sliding through the water, so I decided to hold on to that one. And this pin here is a limited edition of 200, which is the former Mickey and Friends tram station sign, which used to be at the entrance of the plaza, or esplanade we call it, but is no longer there anymore. They have